You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Well, 20 years after his days here in Chillicothe, he has found a spot in immortality. That would be in the Frontier League Hall of Fame. Darin Kinsolving, good to have you with us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This has to be a special moment for you.
It is. I didn't ever think it would be here, but I'm honored. I'm blessed. Just brings back a lot of memories of Chillicothe, and such a great time there. And we had some great teams, and it's just great to celebrate the whole thing. Having the coaching staff that I had, and all the players that I got to share the field of battle with. It was just it's a culmination of all of that, really.
I know that it's interesting when you start to hear about these things. It brings back a lot of those memories, and no doubt you probably think of the guys you've played with over the years almost on a daily basis. But when you look back now on your Hall of Fame career, you think to yourself, wow, this kind of means a little something. It all worked to get to this.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, like I said, when I started playing, it wasn't for that. It was the competition. It was the camaraderie with all my teammates, and pushing each other to just to win. You're not looking just at a Hall of Fame. You're looking to win ball games, win championships, and Jamie Keefe and Marty Dunn and Gator McBride and those guys pushing us as well. It's just, it's like I said, it's an unbelievable time to sit here and celebrate this, and it's not just me, it's those guys, and I'm just appreciate having all my teammates and coaches, throughout the years, and it's just really amazing time.
It certainly is. And it conjures up a lot of memories for we back here in Chillicothe too. I got to ask you, you were with us for 3 seasons. Did you have 3 different host families, or did you have the same family every year?
No, I had Dave and Janet Whitehouse. They were awesome. And I keep up with them a little bit on Facebook here and there. Probably should be a little bit more. I should reach out a little bit more, but they were awesome. And I know they have busy lives, but man, I miss them a lot. They're just awesome, awesome, awesome people.
You were a 323 batter when you're here in Chillicothe. Just looking back at some of your statistics here, 45 home runs during your career, 282 hits, almost 300 here. But the one that stands out to me most is 34 hit by pitches. That's staggering.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is, if you're going to be a great hitter, you can't be afraid to be hit by the ball. I mean, they're going to throw stuff at you and try to intimidate you as much as possible. So, my swing was right center all day long. So I'm going to be up on the plate, and I'm going to lean out over there. And if you hit me, you hit me. So be it.
Got to get on base somehow, right?
That's right. Help the team out.
You were at first base for a long time for Chillicothe, and there's a lot of fellows who have played that position that are immortalized as well. Scott Pannoni, one of those. Brian Menino, who's still involved with the team now. And I'll never forget his first night here. He didn't have a uniform, a shirt big enough for him. They gave him Roger Hanner's jersey to wear. So he made legendary status right off the bat. Let's talk about where life is taking you. Since you left Chillicothe, you had maybe 4 or 5 different stops in the professional ranks before the playing career came to a close.
Yeah, I went to the Northern League and played. I went from there, came back into the Frontier League for a brief moment. And then once I, at that point, aged out of the Frontier League, I went to the Can-Am, and that's when injuries started really popping up for me. And from there to Atlantic League, and same thing. I mean, I was 29, 30 years old when I stopped playing just from injuries. Had a shoulder injury that I finally had to have surgery on. I played probably about 10 years with a bum shoulder, and everybody kept diagnosing me with impingement, and finally it just blew out on me. So had to get that taken care of, and of course that was a 1.5 year recovery on that. So it kind of set me back, and from there, my buddy Phil Warren, he was the manager at Gateway, and he was like, "Hey, why don't you join my staff?" So I coached with him there off and on for about 13, 14 years. And he just actually retired from being a manager there, and he moved on to work for Whitetail Properties. And we both still own a baseball academy there inside the ballpark at the Grizzly Stadium. So it's been good. It's been really good. Still involved in the game, and in a sense, a little bit with the Frontier League now for almost 20 years.
That's an incredible career just in itself, to be able to continue to stay in the game 20 years after your stay here. That's an incredible feat, because it doesn't always work out that way.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it doesn't always work out that way, but I was fortunate enough to, like I said, Phil was the manager there, and Rich Sauget was nice enough to allow me to be on the staff as well, and kudos to them. I appreciate everything they've done for me, and just had really great people in my life over the last 20 years, to be honest with you, and I can't thank them enough to be able to have the career that I've had.
You mentioned Phil Warren. Of course, some Paints fans will remember his name. He also was a player here, but you two kind of arrived in Chillicothe together, didn't you, in some fashion?
We arrived everywhere together. So I first met Phil when we were at Southeast Missouri State as freshmen. And from there, we've never been apart for the most part. I mean, yeah, he came to Chillicothe, and then shortly after I did. And of course, injuries kind of set him back, and that's when he was traded to Gateway. It's about the only time in our career that we've been apart. We're still together to this day. We still hunt and fish and do all the things on the farm together. So, but he's had a great career as well. I mean, not just as a player, but as a manager. It couldn't happen to a better dude, and I'm so happy for him with everything he's done in his life. I'm sure there's going to be a day that we're celebrating him the same way.
We all need a brother from another mother every time.
No doubt. No doubt.
Let's take a moment to talk about, if you don't mind, some of the guys you played with. Some names I had forgotten about, and just because I'm now 20 years old, I'm 60, so mine isn't what it used to be. But like
Sure.
Calmeco, names like that came to mind, and you played for Jamie Keefe. You mentioned him just a moment ago, and he was here during your tenure as well. Haven't seen him since the passing of John Wind. And so a number of old faces coming back every once in a while, it always conjures up a lot of great memories.
Yeah, for sure. Joe was a heck of a center fielder for us. Like when I was talking to Bill Lee the other day, and he had me dig up some pictures and stuff, and there was a picture of David Dalton and myself and Kevin Conacher, and me and Jamie, and Marty Dunn. Just great memories. I can still hear John Wynn over the PA, announcing the names. Just a great guy as well. I mean, I hate to hear the passing of him for sure, but man, he was all into it for sure. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a time that it's to me, it's not celebrating me. It's just celebrating everybody around me and what's actually everybody that's helped me get to this point, and the memories that's come along with it, and Chillicothe, just the town of it. Just I can't tell you how excited I was to play in Chillicothe, Ohio every year. It was such a pleasure, and I just look forward to it every single year.
It seems Chillicothe has this way to make an impression on people. And I got to ask, over the last 20 years, how has Chillicothe impacted who you've become now at this age?
Well, I mean, Chillicothe gave me a start, and so when I'm working with kids in my baseball academy, or even kids that I've had in my baseball academy over 15, 20 years, and they're looking for opportunities, I just I reach out and try and give them opportunities, whether it's making a phone call to a coach, or trying to give them a tryout here or there. I try to give guys their first starts, and because I know that's if I didn't have Chillicothe, I probably wouldn't have had that. I wouldn't have any of this. So it's definitely impacted my life tremendously.
How can people find out more about your baseball academy?
Well, you can go to grizzliesbaseballacademy.com. We're on there. We also are on Facebook, Twitter. We have all the social media outlets. So it's grizzliesbaseballacademy.com, though. Check it out. It's we're in our 14th or 15th year there at the ballpark, at Grizzlies ballpark. And it's been good. I mean, we've got so many kids rolling through there each week. We're able to do hitting, pitching, catching, fielding. And it's just great being able to be inside of a ballpark like that. So we're doing lessons, and then there's a game going on outside. So it's like, you get the whole package right there in one.
I'm trying to remember when the Gateway Grizzlies came into the Frontier League. Was that during your career?
It was. I think their first year was 2001.
Okay.
And we used to play in old Sauget Park. And then I think 2002 was when the new park was actually built. 2002, 2000, yeah, it was 2002, because they won it all in 2003.
I remember I never got to Gateway to see it, but hearing John Wind, Brian Wickline, all the people who had been there talked about how fantastic that stadium was. And we started seeing that pop up. Every Frontier League city seemed to be getting a new facility. And we're getting one here in Chillicothe as well. So you have to come back and check it out when it's built.
I definitely will. Yeah, no, you're right, though. It's like Gateway got it seems like that first brand new stadium built them, and I think Cook County at the time. And over the last 20 years now, all these places are just first class. It's really, really has been exciting to watch this league just transform, not only in talent, but just from the cities and ballparks. It's really been amazing to watch.
I know when you were here, we had Gary Burbank, who worked at WLW down in Cincinnati, come and experience some Chillicothe Paints baseball. And he always said that the major leagues need to grab what the minor leagues have done, including like what we have done here in Chillicothe. And over the last 25 years, we've seen them do that. And I think that just builds a completely different relationship for the fan base as well as the business of baseball.
I don't know if there's any place like Chillicothe. I mean, that's definitely, I mean, it's just the way that the town supports the team. Gateway, they do a great job. They do a great job with promotions, but it's on a different level there in Chillicothe. Like, just the town
Getting those connections.
and yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's just awesome though to watch and see them support their team there, and if every minor league team could have that, they would be doing awesome. That's for sure.
You bet. You bet. I want to say that the Frontier League Hall of Fame didn't come around until 2014. If that's the case, you're one of the first members within the first 10 years. That's got to make you feel pretty special.
It does, and I didn't realize that, but yes, it does. Like I said, I played this game to compete and wanted to leave it all out there on the field each and every day. I always said I'll give my body to baseball. I kind of did. But it's nice to know that people enjoyed to watch me, and it did mean something as well. But I just went at it as hard as I could for as long as I could. That's kind of my motto through life too. It's like, I'm not going to do anything just halfway. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go at it. And hey, I'm on vacation right now, and we were playing pickleball the other day, and I've almost blew out my ankle. My wife's like, "Stop." I said, "Hey, if I hit this court, I'm going at it. I'm competing."
Once an athlete,
So
always an athlete, right?
that's right. That's right. And so there's times now that I have to diet down, but that's why, like, Phil and I, we hunt and fish. It just kind of, it's still that competition against another. Well, obviously, it's not against a human, but it's just trying to outsmart deer or outsmart fish or whatever. It's just having that camaraderie together and going at it and having a great time while we do it.
We want to appreciate your wife also, because she's helped you put this all together. So, and she's probably standing in the background right now, maybe with an embarrassed smile at this moment in time. She's got to be proud of her hubby too.
Yeah, she is. She is. She definitely puts all this together. If I didn't have her, I would not be able to be on this interview right now because I don't do all the technical stuff. So kudos to her. But she's been great. I know at times it was probably tough on her when, especially when I was coaching and we were traveling, and she'd be home alone, and it takes a special lady to for any sport, especially when you're traveling so much, just to sit there and be able to endure all that time alone. Some like it, maybe some don't, but I mean it's tough, and I love her for it. And she stuck by my side the whole time.
That's fantastic. Well, Darin, congratulations again on being nominated and then elected now to the Frontier League Hall of Fame. And we appreciate the time that you've given us here today to look back on those 3 wonderful summers you spent here in Chillicothe.
I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in Chillicothe, and hopefully one day I'll make it back there. And when I do, I'll let everybody know, and we'll just we'll all go have a beer together.
Or maybe they'll let you stand up at the plate again and take another pitch.
We can do that.
Darin Kinsolving, new to the Frontier League Hall of Fame. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.